Alright, Shalom. We want to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the brothers to the four corners of the earth, preaching His word and also laboring in His word in truth, love, and sincerity. May blessings fall upon the houses of the 1/3. We are here another week. The preacher prophesied the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. You already know that we, the Hebrew Israelites, would consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and also you brothers and sisters scattered through the four corners of the earth due to the curses for disobedience. We see that go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in fact, you are an Israelite. Okay? So it's time for you to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. If you do not repent, you will be destroyed here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay? So, you know what we're going to go into start off with in today's lesson is how your different luxuries, okay, will become your fantasies. All right? Your different daily necessities, your different the liberty that you do have here in America, Babylon the Great, will not be accessible to you very soon. All right. Now I want to get the first scripture in the book of Daniel. Okay, the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, Salakia, not 10, verse 1, it says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. Even to that same time, and at the time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." So the time that we're coming upon is going to be like a time never before, man. So you have to imagine all the things that happened before, even to the Israelites, even to just dealing with us, right? Let's go into like the time of slavery, all the atrocities and calamities that we had to go through, right? Let's talk about the Trail of Tears, the North American Indians, the Gadites, and the Seminole Indians, the Reubenites, they had to go through. You see? All these different things put together, it's going to be like a cakewalk to what's really coming here to America, Babylon the Great. Alright?
That's right. Like the brother said, it's going to be like a cakewalk, man. You know? Hey, man, like the scripture said, it's going to be a time as never has been before, man. Even to that very same time, you know?
So,
Deuteronomy 32, we start at 23.
Deuteronomy what?
32 and 22 and 23. 32. That's right, because, hey, man,
okay.
Right now, there are things, you know, people walk around, they got their headphones, they got their cell phones. Yep, in 23. They got their fast food, you know, these different things. And they take that all for granted, you know. And pretty soon, you know, there's not going to be like, okay, you remember that movie I Am Legend, where Will Smith had his iPod and he was going around charging it up?
Yeah.
Even in the book of Eli, he was trying to charge up his little iPod or whatever, you know? It's not going to be like that, you know? Or matter of fact, better yet, it's going to be like a luxury if somebody does decide to have that.
Right.
That's going to be something that you take for granted, being able to charge up something. Go ahead.
That's going to be a very high. That's going to be a very high value to even do them things, because even a place, even if you do find a little place that has any source of power, electricity, let's say, right?
Yep.
Who's going to be guarding that area? People that is well equipped with weaponry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not nothing go like a daily library where you think you're going to walk into and say, hey, free Wi-Fi, I'm going to go charge this and get the internet access. Hell no, man. You see? Places like that, you're only going to be able to be like, you got 2 women for me? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have something to give. You got 3 loaves of bread and a gallon of water. You ain't going to just be able to access those things. And these things that we're speaking of are minute. Okay? They are minute, because that's a luxury. That's not even what you need. How much more your daily necessities, though? How much more them? Water, food, soap, toilet paper, these different things. So these are just things you want to keep in mind. All right, so we're going to start at Deuteronomy?
Yes, sir.
32, right?
Yep.
The book of Deuteronomy 32, verse
23.
23.
Okay? It says, and I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin mine arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them with the poison of serpents of the dust.
Right. So the Lord, you know, of course, this is going into Osalaki, mess up the angle. Of course, this is going into the nuclear destruction that's going to eventually going to hit. But there's other key things he said in there too. He's going to send upon them the teeth of wild beasts. Okay, this is going into those different plagues that are going to be coming. He's going to heap mischiefs upon this place, upon this sinful people, man. Okay, you know, 2/3 of the house of Israel, and you heathen, man. You know, I think that's pretty much.
The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs.
See? Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. In fact, if you don't have already precept, get that precept that says, slave utterly old and young, old maids and little children. The Lord's not going to spare, you know? He's not a respecter of a person. If you do wickedly, you're going to get destroyed for your wickedness. That's what I'm saying.
And everything, and right, and like the brother said, that's going to come upon everybody. You're not going to get no pass because you're a young fair maid, right? Or you're a person of ancient or a person of old with gray hairs. Nah, you're not going to get spared, man. Okay? Because this word has gone out, it's going out right through the four corners, and everyone is getting this message. Everyone is hearing this gospel, right? So if you don't want to take heed to the word, or you want to disregard it, then guess what? That's you. That's on you. You know, because we don't say, you know what? Hey, young brother, you too young to hear this. Or hey, brother, you too old to hear this. Or you know, sister, we don't say that. Word got to go out, man.
Hey, what did the Most High say to Jeremiah? You know, say not that I'm a child, but he's too young to preach. You know, and really, when you're 12 years old, you're under the law, but the Lord could wake you up early. You know, get you started early. First,
and the age of accountability is what? 12 years old, right?
Right.
Yep.
Verse 26, it says, I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
See? So when you think of the true Jews, and you think of the Israelites or the people of the Holy Bible, the people of significance, I'll rather say that, of the Holy Bible, right? The memory has ceased amongst these different nations, man. Right? I mean, now they are starting to know and wake up to the fact that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? The people of the respective tribes are the Israelites. Some acknowledge it, some don't because they choose not to want to. But the world is starting to see through the preaching of this gospel that, hey, these are the people, you know? But there has been a point in time where it's like, you know, hey, what they say? These ain't the people of the Lord, you know?
Verse 27, because I want to hit a point at 29, bro. It says, were it not that I fear the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord have not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Right, and our people hate to even receive counsel. Okay? Hey, but what does it say in the book of Proverbs? I have basically set all my counsel to you, or you have
set not all my counsel.
Right, the water, bro. You have set not all my counsel. So they don't want to hear the counsel that the Heavenly Father has been given to them. You see? That's why it says our people are void of understanding. That's why you go back to the book of Hosea. What does it say? My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Verse. I had a precept, something you mentioned, brought this to mind. Amos 3:1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. But just basically going into, man, the Lord only knew us. We his people, man. You know, he's going to punish us for our iniquities. I forget what I was laying back in out for. Go ahead. Something you said, but go ahead.
Hey, but that just lets you know that this is
The Lord's dealing with His people, so Him giving His people the understanding to do right, right? Because you get punished if you know what you're supposed to, the right way you're supposed to do, and you do wrong, right? You get punished for it, just like how Esau society. But we just happen to be the people, the nation that was given a wage and taught the ways to do right. But we went from that. Okay, so that's why I said we are a nation devoid of understanding. Verse 29, it says, "Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end." And that's the point I wanted to get to. Jake don't care about their latter end. And we're telling you, because this is future prophecy, believe it or not. We are telling you the latter end of what's to come. You see? So when we talk about famine, when we talk about race wars, when we talk about sedition among men, insurrection, just calamities and the plagues that's going to come as a woman that's in travail, that's prophecy, because this is all headed towards Jacob's trouble and death and destruction. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's prophecy. Because when we come out here, you think the prophets are supposed to talk about peace and prosperity, like these pork chop eating pastors talk about all the time? No, right? I got a quick precept.
Okay.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28. Chapter 28 in verse 7. It says, "Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him." Right? So we're out here to prophesy about war and pestilence, right? The third world war is coming up, man. Nuclear war, pestilence, all types of diseases going to be running rapid in the streets, right? Just as the brother said earlier, war, insurrection and lawlessness in the streets, right? All a part of Jacob's trouble.
Okay, yep. The day of Jacob's trouble, and the brother had quoted something. So I'm gonna pull that right on up. Jeremiah 30, okay, in verse 5. "For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." So what is this different? What's this thing that's going on that's making people react this way? Okay, verse 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So the thing that we're talking about right now is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, the time where the strong man is gonna tremble and cry like a little girl, man. You know, for fear of the things coming. You know, and there's so many precepts coming to mind. Women and men's hearts failing them for the trouble that's coming upon the earth. We'll grab that. You know, got precept.
Yeah, I got 15.
We can go into that. You got 16? Yeah, because, hey, man, people going to be out here having heart attacks and for the fear of the things that are coming.
Absolutely. Now, as the brother mentioned that, right? People, when we have a heart attack, what about the different medications people got to take? That's their daily necessity, that they can't go without, right? Or that their body's immune to. See, these are things we're talking about that, you know, people are not thinking that, you know, these different things are going to be took away or stripped away, or set up to a point where it's like, in order to get this, hey bro, you got to get it, bro. Revelation 13. In order to get this, you got to take the chip. You think Esau ain't got all these different things planned out in his mind? That's the easiest shit to say. Oh, you need this? Gotta get the chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People go, oh shit, well I need my medication. Or I eat, you know, the people that smoke these cancer sticks. I need to get my cancer.
What's that? They establish a diligent search.
Yeah, yeah. Because they what Esau does is, you know, after you, let's say you let someone do something for a long period of time, right?
it gets to the point. Then what happens? They get to a point where it's like they
Get dependent on what you're talking about.
yeah
Okay,
they get dependent on it.
Right.
So when it's time to take it back from them, it's like whoa, I'm used to this now. You can't do this to me.
I need that.
Now they feel obligated. Like you have to do this. This is what you should do. Oh man.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, the body is, you know, this wicked flesh we in. It's very fragile, man. You know, you get easily addicted to things. You know.
Yeah.
I've been even listening to the minister of wellness. How he talk about food addictions. Well, a lot of people can't lose weight because your body starts craving these different foods you're addicted to. You know. So how much more these hard substances that people use for medicine that they feel like they need, and then also those people who self-medicate. Like the bro said about cigarettes. Cigarettes is a self-medication. People smoke it, but they feel like it calms their nerves. Every time somebody get nervous, I need a cigarette, or I need a blunt, you know, or whatever the case may be, you know. You ain't gonna be able to have those things, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble. Or they're gonna be like a fantasy. You're gonna wish and dream for those little pieces of little things that you have right now, man. You know.
A deadly medication, I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey man, even food, man. Food's gonna be a fantasy, right?
Yeah.
People are gonna be going crazy over food.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day I was doing the little delivery thing, picking up something from one of these little fast food joints to deliver it. A dude, and the line was taking a long time. Dude hopped out the line and drove by and he honking it. I'm hungry as shit. I'm taking all yet, you know. I'm like, damn, bro. You know, he couldn't wait 15 minutes for his little fast food. Imagine in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, when food is very scarce. These people gonna lose their shit, man. It was a Jake too. You know? Let a man get hungry that ain't accustomed to not having to going without. Oh man, he gonna be ready to kill people. You know, hey, my family gotta eat, so and you know what Jake, you know what these wicked people say. My family gotta eat, so I'm told to eat. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case. You know?
Yeah, and hey man, this is already happening. Jacob's trouble is already happening around the world. If you look at the news, man, you see the Latin tribes or the northern tribes, which are so-called Latinos down there in South America, right? In Venezuela, they're already killing people for food, right? They already don't have all the medications they need. That's why they were trying to migrate from Venezuela to Colombia to get medication and get help.
What about the jails that went in uproar when they was doing cannibalism on the cameras, man? Right? What about the animals that was in the zoos down there? They ate all them. They been ate, and this was over a year ago. We were speaking about this. So, you know, the world's already going to shit, man.
Yep.
You know, just more off in these other countries than here in Babylon the Great, because the Lord's saving the best for last.
Yeah, man. It's the cherry on the top of the ice cream, top of the cake, man. It's the icing on the cake.
What is it? Bring those out.
This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right, because this has to be spoken about. The mark of the beast has to be spoken about, man. We gotta warn you to tell you not to take the chip, the mark of the beast. Okay? Because we know that through the different devices and the craftiness of this devil, he's going to use different ways to try to seduce you into taking a chip. And we know about the different ways and means of these different daily necessities that you need. He's going to use that to his advantage to say, you know what? If you want this item that you want so badly, take the chip. All right, bro.
Right. Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16.
Right.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, you see? So it don't matter if you old or young. This devil is bringing the wrath, man. You see? You ain't getting no pants. Like I said, you're not getting no pants because you old, man. Or you young. Or you a beautiful woman. You see? Or you some type of damn entertainer. You ain't getting no pants, man. That's why we laugh at you jakes when y'all say, well, I'm in a Mason Lodge or whatever the hell y'all be talking about.
That's a spirit. I just saw a dude on the bus coming over here, man.
I'm like, y'all really think y'all about to get a pass from Esau? But you know, what does it says? Crafty should be taken in their own.
No, I originally was looking at the
warns and
100
rebellious
block,
children, man.
but
The trusting in Egypt, man.
Yup, yeah.
You covering with a covering, not of the Most High, you know. You thinking that you covered by these, you know, these different little secret societies and little organizations you a part of, and not the Most High. Hey, you the trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your shame and confusion, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, because imagine you doing 20, 30 years, 40 years worth of service. Let's say you using even in the military, right? You got all purpose hard and blah blah, but whatever that bullshit all they get into, right? So shit start hitting the fan, and let's say your hometown goes into a state of emergency or whatnot, and they gotta call in the troops or whatnot, and you try to go. Let's say they got a little area sanctioned off for, like, you know, the military people when they all eating good and everybody else in a shithole, and they you know running around and just trying to keep things civilized, right? And you go out there like, yeah, you know, here at your service, I'm a Purple Heart, I'm this and that, da. And looking at you like, motherfucker, nigga, you don't get your ass out of here, man. Well, you know, I was in the service for 40 years, man. We don't give a damn.
Nope.
See, we got a mission, and you ain't part of this mission. That's gonna be a shame and confusion. And we be telling you, Jake, this all the time, but y'all look at us like, man, you niggas don't know shit. We got the golden ticket. You niggas is stupid, man. That's why people tell me, oh, you know, I'm going to the military and I'm doing that. Man, you stupid, man. You do that shit if you want to, but see, that Esau also used that for our people to be an easy escape route because he got his foot on our neck everywhere else. It's either get to the industry, right? Get to the entertainment world and somehow, I mean, all platforms of the entertainment world, or go to his military, man. You still under his vibration, man, of his folly in some way or another, man.
That's right. And they don't even take care of veterans like that, man.
Oh my God.
There's so many. Hey, that's why they got Veterans Affairs. A lot of them people that go to VA hospitals, man, they be broken down, man.
Broken down.
You be seeing people holding signs, homeless veterans.
Right.
How you a homeless veteran? You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous, man. You know, people be out here literally hurting and crying, and I serve the country. You know, they be having to come up with little donation schemes and, oh, help this veteran out. You know, yeah, because they don't take care of you, man. And also, a lot of you people that was in certain aspects of the military, you're viewed as a threat because you know military tactics on how to fight groups of people on the streets, man, in urban combat. And you are a target, man. You know, that's why they don't give a shit about you. They don't want you in a good case where you can have a store of guns and places where you can hold down. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want you around. You are a live wire. You are a possible threat on the street.
Right, and right, because you know that different military knowledge, man.
That's
and
right.
if you knew certain things that have been done over there, like the wickedness, right?
Classified stuff.
Yeah, what do they do to you in them homes, bro? They fuck up your mental, man.
Yeah, you come back with PTSD.
And don't say we don't know, because I've been to VA homes, so I know, man. I know how they treat me. People talking about they'll give you thousands of dollars to get them the hell up out of there, man. Different war stories I heard about different veterans, man. Before I came into the truth, that shit was sickening, man. That shit was like a jail, bro.
Yeah.
That was like a jail / mental home, bro.
Especially, hey man, especially these guys who've been to the Nam, man, Vietnam, all types of wickedness and horrifying things they did over there during war.
Yep. And that movie that came out with, what was it, Dear Presidents, I just found out that was based on a true story, man. They said the shit that they was doing over there in the Nam was unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. They said Esau was just going into being a devil, the same thing he did when he came over here, like when Columbus and them came over here. They said, bro, they was just going in villages wreaking havoc for no reason. Right? No reason, bro. Children and all types of wild shit, bro. This devil can't change, bro. It's in his DNA. It's in his makeup to do his bullshit, man. But I gotta Ecclesiastes 26 verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are set not by.
Right.
I knew that one.
Wow.
I'm really getting Ecclesiastes, I knew that one. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are set not by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepared such and one for the sword.
That's right. That's right. But the point we wanted to get, referring to what we was talking about, was these men of war that suffer poverty, man. You know? Hey, because the men in the war for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord look out for you, man. Certain things, you know? When you truly are given to this battle. He came back. You know what the fuck you doing anyway. Hey, man, you know, hey, they don't take care of you people when you go to war, man. You know? That's Satan. That's Satan, bro.
And that's why I brought out the scripture that I brought out, bro. You had to go do all that, bro. People, the limbs be getting blown off. They be, you know, they don't be around their family for multiple years and different things like that. But then guess what? They come home. They come home, but they poverty stricken, bro. I mean, like Esau is a complete devil, man. You talk about perfect devil, that's him. And y'all talking about Esau. You people don't. Oh, it ain't all white people. Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. It ain't all Edomites. I'll say that. It ain't all Edomites. Alright. Edom gonna show their horns real quick.
Right.
But
you know, but when you talk about that color thing, I mean, they right about saying not all white people, but Edomites. Every single last Edomite is wicked. Ain't no such thing as a righteous Edomite.
Right.
I'm talking about Job, the righteous Edomite. You do err not knowing the scriptures. It's crazy, man.
Right, but what does the scripture say about the wicked, man? Show favor unto the wicked, yet will you not run righteous.
Right.
There's no righteous one. And for people try, you know, these guys try to say that Job is an Edomite, that doesn't make any sense.
Crazy. Man
Right?
of the Lord. Crazy.
Right. A devout man of the Lord.
yeah, right.
A devout man.
Devout
Because-
man,
and
bro.
see, you got to understand something. See, when Esau go through shit, it don't always, let's say it don't always humble him down. Sometimes a lot of times when Esau go through shit, he still be proud, man. You know, he still be proud. But you know, when I do think about that time with Antiochus where he was talking cash shit until the Lord started plaguing him, and then he tried to sweep it up. You know.
Yeah.
You the people of the Lord's indignation, so you still gonna get that destruction.
But you know what? That's a beautiful example of how the scriptures say he couldn't find no place of repentance, though he sought it with tears, carefully with tears. Because Antiochus, he repented heavily, but he couldn't get that repentance, man.
Yeah.
There wasn't no place for him.
He repented, but that doesn't mean it was accepted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And people don't understand that on the basic level too, bro. The Lord can shut out your prayer. He don't gotta hear it.
I get it right now.
You gotta accept what
You
you,
ain't gotta
what you bring
accept
to
it.
the altar, man.
Right. This is the book of Lamentations. But people think that's something the Lord won't do. The book of Lamentations 3, verse, I'll start at 6. It says, "He have set me in dark places, as they that be dead of old. He have hedged me about, that I cannot get out, and he have made my chain heavy. Also, when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer." So the Lord don't have to accept your prayers, man. Right? Even when you go to Proverbs, it talks about the prayer of the wicked is an abomination, man.
Right.
You see? So just backing up what the brother was saying.
Yep. Matter of fact, what did it say? He that
Turneth his ear from
hearing the law,
even his prayer
shall be an abomination. That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, yep.
That's right. So you reject the Lord, He's gonna reject you. And what does the scripture say about the wicked? He's like a deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. Also, Psalms 50 tells us what? That I think it's Psalms 50 where it says, "What unto the heathen he saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?" Okay. You know, in my judgment, seeing that you cast instruction behind thee.
That's right.
That's what you Edomites do. You cast instruction behind thee. So the Lord ain't hearing that, man. Ultimately goes back to you being the wicked.
All right, finish with those and done, y'all, then I'm gonna go get you.
Done. This is Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16 again. It says that he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, this is a physical mark, man. That has to be implanted in your skin. Go ahead.
Right. 17.
Mark in Greek is charagma.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the number of the beast, for the number of his name.
You see? So unless you got that mark, man, unless you got the mark of the beast, you ain't gonna be able to do things that everybody else is gonna be able to do, man. You see? But we telling you that's the agenda that he's gonna set up. And before really shit gets super chaotic, he's gonna try to have that in place, man. You see? For the people to accept. But like there's various ways he's gonna do it, man. He's gonna do it by the ways of making it look cool so it can be a trend and people accept it. But then it's gonna come to a point where he's just gonna do it to us where it's gonna be like it's gonna be like steps. You know, he's gonna do it to the next level where it's gonna be like, you know what? You know, how about I take your goodies from you, right? And then maybe another step, and then a step after that, it's gonna be like, mandatory. Fuck with you, you know what? I ain't gotta keep playing games with you. Take the chip or it's off with your head.
Yep, and you already see them starting it right now with medical, man. Well, not just medical, but medical is a big way they pushing it, man. Okay, chips in the brain, talking about having all your information on this chip so that they can, if you pass out, your wallet's gone or whatever the scenario they give, then yeah, we can know exactly who you are. And hey, man, it just so happened when I came home last night, you know, from doing my little thing, there's this video on this YouTube video talking about the future of human beings or human bodies and technology. And they were showing you in that video how they integrated insurance with the chip. They had this scenario where this woman took a dead man's chip and put it in another man's body so that they could give him this surgery. And then the machine detected that it was the wrong chip. They just implanting this in your mind.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just a movie. They was actually going into it, had little scientists that I don't know their names, but they look familiar. They was like, yeah, this is actually going to be like this one day. We're going to fabricate whole human hearts, and we're going to do these prosthetics and study it where people can have these chips and activate them, you know? And they showing you this stuff, you know, getting you ready for it.
Yeah. Right. Esau, hey, like we always do now, Esau's trying to be the Most High with all his artificial technology, man. Right? All this artificial stuff, trying to become the Most High.
That's right.
Right? And you Jakes, man, you 2/3 are going to be deceived by the God of this world, right? Which is Esau. And you're going to take that chip, man. Yeah,
Right.
continuing on. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, which his number is 666. Right? And when you go into the barcode, that's what's on the barcode, man. 666. That's how they have the barcode grafted out. And what do you use a barcode to do, man? To scan different items to buy and sell.
Like the UPC code.
Kind.
Yep, and also the www ties in with the 666. And, you know, the whole payment scheme is online. You know, that's pretty much the point on that revelation. But also when you go into that Greek, Kai Zai stigma, that word stigma, okay, goes into the same type of thing, man. It goes to incision, okay, a pointed stick, you know, things of that nature. And also when you go into charagma, there's a particular in the Greek lexicon or the Greek version of the New Testament, it says charagmata. Man, that charagma and stigmata, all that stuff tie in together, man. The brother Yahushua is coming back. Elder Kazak out there in Mississippi did a beautiful lesson on it that I saw reposted on the brother GMS Army of 144, where it went into the Hebrew, the New Testament, the Hebrew New Testament, the Greek New Testament, and also the Strong's Concordance of 1890, I believe is the year it came out. And he just showed up. He showed all these things. Now it's all tied together to the same thing, man. Go ahead.
Right. All right, so let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras 17, or Slakia 16, verse 17. And it reads, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great dearth. Slakia, great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
That's right. So hey, like we've been going into, man, pretty soon these things are coming to America, Babylon the Great. It's already in these other places, man. You know, but it's coming to this place. This is one of the places where it's hardest to see it happening, because this place has never been touched like that. Not on the mass scale that it's coming to, man. Okay, martial art troops parading in the streets, man. Okay, foreign troops eventually coming on this soil and causing turmoil. You know, all these things are coming to this place, you know?
Right, people have never seen this place collapse,
Right.
as in a way of these other countries are collapsing.
That's right.
You know, and on top of that, these different governments, like the power shall stand in great fear. These different governments, man. You see, they're gonna be in fear because ultimately there's more people of just running around society, even though they be in equality, is more than government officials and things like that. You see, so they are gonna stand in great fear, even though they're gonna carry out their orders as they're supposed to carry out. But they still gonna stand in great fear, man. You know. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges.
That's right. And these things are sent out for amendment. These things are sent out. See, there's examples not only in the Bible, but the Lord has given us examples today in these different countries, okay, of what happens, what's the recompense for wickedness, right? So these things are sent out so that you can amend it. It even says something about if Babylon would have got right, we would have healed her. But that's not what the Lord had purpose to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord purposed to destroy this place. But if it would have, then hey, it presents the scenario. But these things are sent out for amendment, man. Amendment is when you change something, okay? So, but they're not always mindful of the plagues. You know, one moment on social media, everybody putting up a damn flag for these different places. Pray for Haiti. Pray for this place. Pray for that place. Then the flag get removed, and then what gets replaced with it? A damn rainbow flag. Goes right back up on their shit, or whatever the case may be. They go back to their wickedness, and they're not always mindful of what's going on in Venezuela or what's going on in these other countries, man. But if they were mindful, they would say, damn, maybe we should get right for this shit come to America, you know? But they're not going to be mindful, because that's what the scripture said. Go ahead.
Online etymology, the word scourge. From the 1200, it says a whip, lash, a whip, a lash. Let's go to the 1300s, let's see what it gives you. No, basically like a beating, you know? They don't really give you too much. When you get whipped, when you get lashed, you're getting scored, so you're getting beat. That's all. So it's going into is, as you're getting scored, as you're getting afflicted, right? They still ain't going to change their ways, bro. Even though all this shit, if the place going in turmoil, the wicked still going to be the wicked. They're still going to be doing the same shit. You see? This is how screwed up the mind of this devil is, man. And even some of these people out here, man. They see all, you know, people be getting afflicted, getting fucked up, but then they just continue to do what they do. They don't take it in mind. They don't be mindful that it may be the Lord jacking them up. You know.
That's Jake for you, though, man. You got something?
Yeah.
It's a hard.
But you know what? But the worldly saying, through the worldly saying, because they don't know it spiritually, but the worldly saying they do. What do they say? What comes around, or what goes around comes around.
Or hard head make a soft ass.
Yeah.
Hard head make a soft ass. What that mean? You keep on being disobedient, you gonna get that ass whooped.
Right. Or they say karma.
Karma, right?
So they know it's things that they're doing that
Bringing these things.
is bringing them things upon them. But where does that go back to? That goes back to the scripture. If y'all people didn't know, that's what you got? The book of Galatians. And my brother got his precept. Right here. Hey, book of Galatians 6, verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to the flesh shall the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting." So it's backing up what we were saying. Even Jake used the terms for the world. That's how it really should go.
No.
You guys should
Probably not.
meet each other. You're
No,
both
we
doing
are.
the same thing.
No.
Probably not, right. But yeah. You know, and also, damn, Esau coming up with that bullshit. What'd you say, bro? Oh, yeah. Also, the Messiah says what? You know, behold, I come quickly, and it is with me to give unto every man as according as his work shall be. You're gonna reap what you sow. You sow to the flesh corruption. You're gonna reap of the flesh death and corruption, man.
Yeah.
So you gotta sow to the Spirit, you know.
Yeah, hey man, and think about it, man. What is everybody doing right now? They're trying to party, right? They're trying to live it up. They're drinking, you know. They're drinking excessively, because there ain't nothing wrong with drinking, right? They're doing all these different things to please their flesh. But once all those luxuries get taken away, what are you gonna do?
right? You've been sowing to the flesh this whole time, right? Instead of sowing to the spirit, right? Doing the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? So now when that time comes, your ass is grass. You haven't been building up spiritual treasures in the heavens.
Or you haven't been building a spiritual resistance to the things of the world. So when the things of the world get took away, it's harder for you to accept or to
easier for you to let them things go, right?
It's easier for the people that haven't been building up.
Well,
that have built it up.
I see what you mean.
The people that haven't built up resistance to it,
harder.
it's gonna be harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just like the scriptures say, love not the world nor the things therein.
You're right.
The things are up.
Yeah, because you ask a Christian or a godly person, do you love the world? Their answer is yes.
Yes, I love the world. I love everybody. I love the world.
Hey,
well, wait a minute.
What's the so-called 2/3 black woman's favorite quote? I love my life. I love my life. Thank you, God, for my life. You go home and eat a big ass pork sandwich. You know, you're rebellious to your man or men if you have several, which is wickedness.
Right.
You know.
On top of that, you got diabetes, right? You're almost killing over from a high blood pressure. Talking about you love your life, well, you're in hell, man.
Go ahead, bro. Let's do it.
No,
I had a precept going into what bro was saying. It's just a real quick one. Isaiah 1 and I just started verse 4. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
Oh, bro, start at 3, bro.
Okay.
Start at 3.
Yep.
Shit.
Isaiah 1, okay, start at verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Right. So the ass know his owner, and the ox his master's crib. Okay, even a donkey, which we look at as a dumb animal as well as an ox. Okay, they even got a saying, dumb as an ox, right? So we look at these as stupid animals, but even they know who their master is and where to go home to every night.
Stubborn as all hell.
Yep. But still will bring their butt home and go eat and do what they gotta do, you know? And stand there, you know, hey, well, we ain't gonna, the males don't get milk, but the females will stand there and get milk, you know? But Israel does not consider. They don't know and they don't consider, man, you know? Verse 4, iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Verse 5, going into that rebellion like the brother was going into, right? Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. So why should like the brother was going into a few minutes ago, okay, the Lord puts these punishments upon Jake, and Jake is supposed to consider, well, maybe this is the Lord doing this to me. Okay? But this precept here just said how Jake responds. Why should you be stricken, it asks. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. So the more Jake get whooped, the more Jake buck up. Jake is completely backwards, man. Jake is sottish. You sitting there getting beat, bones getting broken. You in the corner cowering down, getting beat the hell up, and you still talking about, fuck you. You ain't gonna do shit. You know, you getting kicked in the head basically. You know, spiritually, hypothetically by the Lord. And you still talking shit. That's why the Lord ultimately just have to kill your ass, man. Go ahead, bro.
Book of Jeremiah 2, verse 11. I'll start at 2 verse 11. Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doeth not profit. So you don't see these other nations, right? Generally speaking, you don't see these other nations changing their deity or who they worship. When they worship they false deity, that's what they do, man. Moab gonna continue when they come to American Babylon the Great, right? Let's say just generally speaking, on an average. Moab and Ammon and Ishmael, when they come, they start worship they bullshit, man.
Yep.
You see? Until the ones over here they get seduced and be Americanized fully. But Jake believed they power that profits them, right? To go serve these other deities, man. That's why the Lord said what he said. Like, well, shit, these other nations ain't changing their deities. What the hell going on with you, man?
Right.
Israel all jacked up.
You know, and the thing that makes it so crazy, man, you know, which we know it's all through the Spirit, is that we see our power, man. We can see the majesty and glory and know this thing to be true, man. You know, there's miracles that happen all the time. You know, hey, but Jake still would go with these other, these other deities, man. Like they're some type of god.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Verse 12, it says, "Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water."
That's right. So they chosen cisterns that can hold no water, man. These doctrines, okay, they can hold no water, man. These doctrines are not true. You know, they've forsaken the Most High. They've chosen these false religions, man. You know, Islam. You know, and these different things, they don't have any power, man.
That's why they always thirsty.
Yep.
That's why they always thirsty. That's why you always want to come up to the brothers.
Flash card thing, storage. I didn't calibrate that. I just go to the storage. So
Now you got this.
yeah, this one was splitting them up anyway, so I just have to use it.
Okay. But yeah, like I was going into, bro, Jake be thirsty, bro, because they chosen cisterns that don't hold no water. So when they be trying to come up to us and really, bro, they be seeking to get some answers and some truth. Even though they be trying to be scoffers most of the time. They really doing that because they really looking for the truth. They want the truth. They want that water. They want to be filled. See? But at the same time, they're being like that because more than likely, I ain't gonna say all of them, they was rejected, man. You know? They got rejected. Okay?
Yeah, but that scripture says, they know if not that they do evil, you know. When they come up doing those things, they don't think they're doing something wicked. You know, they think that they just talking or just asking questions. They don't know they before the house of the Lord.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 5.
Yeah, because like the bro said, they're really just looking for the truth, you know.
You got Ecclesiastes 5? No. Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1. Keep thy foot without go into the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to get the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil.
See, they think when they come up, because this is like the house of the Lord, you know. Where two or three are gathered in my name, I am in the midst of them, you know. And we are pouring out the Spirit of the Lord unto these people, you know. So when they come up, they're in the house of the Lord. A lot of times they get a sacrifice of food rather than, you know,
Like that. And
rather than
my
listen.
brother's baby's mom put meat in my daughter's share for her.
Yeah. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few. So be not rash, man. Don't just be mumbling and jumbling. Don't be just running your mouth all the time.
Yep.
See, a lot of times you just gotta let your words be few.
Right.
You know?
Be so quick to speak, you know. Hey, we're supposed to, the way to operate anyway is to hear the matter before you give an answer anyway.
Yeah.
So you come up, you see what we're talking about, and then you start. You know what I mean? And then you ask a question maybe, and then we answer. You know, whatever the case, we give us time to break it down. Don't just no, you're doing too much.
And then other scriptures tell you that you're not supposed to interrupt men when they speaking. You know what I'm saying? So come on, and you gotta have that. Even coming into the truth, but even in the world, I knew some sense to that. But you have more decency of letting men speak, and then like when you see a gap in there, you're like, okay, hey, bro,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But Jake don't have that.
That courtesy or that those manners, man.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have those manners, man. You know, but it goes back to not being taught at home in most cases, man. You know.
Verse 14, it says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled, man?" You see, and that's how Jake acts, man. Jake act like homeborn slaves, man. You know.
Yeah, just prepare. Hey, this whole school
How you
system,
doing,
man.
brother?
Yeah, this whole school system, man. It just prepares you for slavery. That's all they do. Prepare you to be docile and then to serve master.
Yeah, the precept.
Yeah, this is a precept. You know, from what the bro said earlier. They come out here and they scoff because they possibly were rejected, right? They come out here seeking for the truth, right? Just as it says in Romans, what's that, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel has not obtained that which is seeking for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right? Because this is what Yahushua said. It says, this is John chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well and water springing up into everlasting life. Right? So this water he's talking about is this knowledge and this wisdom understanding. The understanding of the scriptures. Right? So we're pouring out this understanding in the streets, man. Right? And our people, they want to go to all these different doctrines and philosophies, right? And not consider these scriptures. Right? They want to seek. They don't want to rejoice with the wife of their youth. Right? They don't want to rejoice with the knowledge that was given to us by Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
So this is the man. This truth is supposed to be like your woman, man. You know, hey, you're not supposed to be always ravished with her breast. That's talking about with this knowledge, man. Okay, with your first love, you know, the wife of thy youth, like the brother mentioned. You're supposed to always be ravished with this knowledge, man. Because no matter how many times you go into it and the spirit dealing with you, you're gonna find something new, man. Your whole life you can go through the scriptures and still keep finding new stuff.
That's how deep the well is, man. Yeah, that's how deep the well is. You know, vast wealth of knowledge, man. Right? This is a wealthy, wealth of knowledge in these scriptures, man.
Well, yeah, amen. You gotta be ravished with this word, man. You gotta be ravished.
Okay, so 2nd Ezra 16, verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent, and scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
I didn't even realize it said that too. About yet shall they not turn from their evil ways, because that ties in perfectly with that Isaiah 1 and 5 I read, where it says, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt, basically. You know, you will revolt. The more they get whooped, the more they revolt, and they don't turn from their evil ways. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. And what it say? Victuals shall be
so good, cheap on the earth.
Right. So, hey, what do you have here in America? You got all types of victuals, man. You got food, all types of things you could buy, shoes, right? Right now, you can get that. You can walk down the street. You can buy a cheeseburger from Burger King. You can buy a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. $1. Right? What's gonna happen when all that shit's gone? Right? You ain't gonna have no more victuals. Right? Who you gonna turn to then?
Hey, and even these grocery stores, if you really want to get deep down into it, you know, you can go to Dollar Tree and buy food. It ain't the best quality, but you can go in there with $5 and some change and come out with 5 items and get rubbed down on that, you know. And you know, and same thing go with Aldi. They got cheap stuff. You go get little fruits and vegetables, $1, maybe $2. Damn thing of strawberries, one something, you know. And most of the time, so food is really cheap right now. Get a head of lettuce for $1. You know, like you can make a meal for really cheap. So people think they're in good case right now. You know.
Right? They think they're in good case, but destruction's about to come.
That's right, man. Even then, what does it say? Even then shall plagues be multiplied in the earth.
It says, then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right. So yeah, it's like that right here in Babylon the Great. But evils is growing upon the earth, man. There's uprisings of the people in all these different nations, man. The Messiah said that was gonna be an end time sign, man. We can get that too.
So why you think all those things is going on? Why these things are cheap? As the brother was saying, you got other places around the world that's going through complete turmoil right now, man. So those evils all growing, right? But if you got a spiritual eye, and not even just only spiritual, if you're a person that, you know, pays attention to what's going on around the world, so to speak, the things that's going on in these different countries, you have some form of idea like this place is going to shit. You see, it just haven't came to where you reside at, but this place is going to complete shit. You know, and a lot of these different things they don't show on your local stations. I mean, you got riots that have been going on for over a year. Riots or of the same protests. You see, you got things that's just have been going on for a long time, man, and it ain't getting no better. It ain't getting no better.
Right, Greece been in the uproar for a year plus, man.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
hard. I'm talking about hard, not marching on the streets.
Oh
No, we talking about
no, violence.
yes, yes.
Violence. Hey, Apostle Hart posted this video of these people in this mall in Japan. Man, they was breaking shit,
Yes.
lighting the damn escalators on fire. You know how you go up to the second floor and you walking and they got the little glass barricades to keep it from falling down. They breaking the glass out the barricades and shit.
Yeah.
Probably breaking the glass in the window, and it wasn't really stealing shit. They were just causing chaos for whatever reason, man. And hey, that's coming to America.
Right. Hey, and we the real newscasters here, man. We're the real news forecasters. We're telling you what's really coming, man.
We the weathermen. We telling you that it's about to rain on American Babylon the Great, but you don't believe it. It's about to be a thunderstorm, a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Tornado.
Just like in the time of Noah, man. Right. This water's gonna fall from the sky. Oh, whatever, Noah, man. You tripping.
No, you tripping. It's crazy, mother. This crazy man out here. Who knows how Jake probably said it? This crazy man out here talking about it's gonna rain. It ain't gonna rain, nigga. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Missiles. These niggas, they know we in America. Niggas talk about missiles. You know, Jake was that simple ass. And they always be the hardest niggas too. Yeah. These niggas talking about missiles. Nigga, we got. Here they go. We got. What you mean we?
You ain't got shit.
What you just got one of them? What you got, a big ass 16-wheeler rolling around? You gonna be like that movie? Don't Be a Minute.
Yeah.
Do we have a problem with a damn nuke? No, nigga, you ain't got no fucking nukes, man.
Yeah.
Even you had one nuke, which you know niggas don't. Your ass ain't coming against these thousands of nukes that Russia and the U.S. got, man. You ain't got shit, man.
Ain't got shit, man.
Hey, you know, and also we can't forget about another part of the forecast: floods of ungodly men, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know, these damn ungodly people, man, that's gonna be out here, man, in droves, man, patrolling the streets, raping, robbing, murdering, and doing whatever they please, man.
Right.
You know, they're gonna get into that, man. Their actions shall stand in their own power, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do what they want to do, man.
Verse 20.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 56. It says, "Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?" Right. That's the point, man. You know, you're able to discern that it's about to rain physically, but you don't know that America's about to be destroyed. You don't know famine, death, and pestilence is coming to America, right? And hey, it's on the news, right? It's on the news. The Midwest and all where the food supply is getting jacked up.
You can't tell from all these different signs of different fowls, thousands of fowls falling out the air, thousands of cattle just dropping dead, thousands of fish and whales and sea creatures just washing up to the shores. The half of the coral reef is dying. The bees are about to be extinct, right? Different creatures that the Lord has made is about to be extinct, so they say, because we know the Lord always got some preserved, but it's to the point of how much they are dying off that you barely even see them. You know, so I mean, going into how bad that's going to get. But even just those different signs, Jake don't catch wind of that and be like, wait a minute, this shit ain't right. So,
And see, Jake is sottish ultimately, so they don't really realize the impact that these different creatures have on the damn ecosystem, man.
Right.
They don't realize that, you know, the role that the fishes and all that play in cleaning out the ocean.
right.
They don't realize the role that the bees have in pollinating the shit that you simple niggas eat, man. These GMOs and all these different, you still need bees to pollinate.
Right. But you know what? The cause of that dumbass confusion is Esau, bro. Because Esau, with that anti-Messiah spirit, with that wicked carnal mindset he had, you know, he almost, when you're a spiritual person, you still see other things as spiritual too. So when you look at how the Lord have created everything, and even with all that being His creatures, you still take, you still are mindful of these different beautiful things that He had created, and be like, you know, they were for a purpose. It has to be something. You didn't even gotta know what exactly for, but you would want to know, or should just know in your mind to be like, you know what? You need these things. I don't know what for yet. Maybe I need to look it up, but we need these different things. So as you made this statement, bro, simple things like that. Well, I don't want to say simple because I don't want to.
You want to diminish
the importance of it, because like you said, bro, if one goes away, the domino effect of that is tremendous, because it leads to the next, and to the next, and to the next.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Slakia, so what's saying this is Esau being a devil and putting all this abominable food that we're not supposed to put into our bodies onto people's plates, into people's bodies. Not only is it destroying the people's health, right, but it's destroying the ecosystem, because now these different fish that need to be in more clean water can't survive as well in that dirty water, because the people that's supposed to clean it are not there. You see, so what is it more? It's more of a health. They say it's more of a health hazard when you live in a nasty, basically nasty ass condition. If we was roaming around the streets just kicking shit and garbage and
plague would be around, yeah. We had a plague and all type of manners of disease. You know, and also there's a lot of things that do that have an impact, like the overproduction of pigs for them to slaughter and put in these different restaurants. Okay, you know, you doing all that with those pigs, man. Pigs are only meant to be garbage disposals, man. You're supposed to keep them around to dispose of garbage and let them die off naturally. But with you growing them specifically to kill them, you have so many pigs that are being born and killed, and the waste that comes from that and their blood, which is contaminated from what they eat, is flowing into the water. Areas around where pigs grow, man, are ridiculous. I've seen videos on it. It stinks for a great distance, man. I can't give you the exact distance, but the stink is ridiculous for a good bit of space from around these areas where the pigs live, man. And the runoff from that shit, man, it's retarded, man. It's retarded. It's damn it like a chemical spill, man. You know? Hey, and also the Lord's giving us, because we were talking about the plagues and the food and stuff, the Lord's giving us a little taste of these different things coming to America, Babylon the Great. They just had a recall on berries from Aldi's in our particular region and from other different regions because it got hepatitis A on it.
They just had a recall in California yesterday on I think it was like lettuce or some shit.
Yeah, and see, we had a recall on romaine lettuce a couple months back. You know, where they was like, don't eat romaine lettuce at any restaurant or don't buy it. And a lot of places wasn't selling it. And now the damn hepatitis A on berries. Damn, bro. You see? But and then like the bro mentioned about what's going on in the Midwest about crops dying out. Hey, the Lord is sending the plagues of Egypt on this place, man. You know, with other diseases and famines, man, and pestilences.
Revelations chapter 11 and verse 18. It says, "The nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth."
Right. That's the time that's coming, man.
Right.
That's what's coming. Like I said, gonna judge the dead, right? Because them that wander out of the way of his understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So 2/3 and the rest of you heathens are dead. Okay? And your judgment is coming, man. You know? Judgment is coming upon this place, man. And all that stuff we just talked about goes right back into the theme of the lesson, man. You know, these luxuries are gonna be, they're gonna go. They're gonna go, man. You can't go, you gonna be able to go to Family Dollar or Dollar Tree with $5 and come back with a meal. You know? Or go to Aldi's or whatever these different places and come back with groceries. That shit gonna be out, man.
Second Esdras 15 verse 12, it says, I'll start at 11:10. "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and they stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation.
Right. You know, the Lord's doing all type of mighty different works. You know, and hey, the seeds is failing. Okay? The seeds is failing right now as we speak, man.
Isaiah 19 verse 8. The fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast anchor into the brooks shall lament, and they shall spread nets upon their waters, shall languish. Right? Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. You see? So even when you talk about those fishers and those brooks, right? That's talking about the different waters, the different seas. And like I always said, I say it almost every year, multiple times. The Pacific, they said in the Pacific Ocean, right? And other different areas that they are seeing the lack of fish more than ever, man. You see? Why aren't they seeing them no more? We just talked about how they're washing up on the shore, right? They're dying from the pollution in the sea. Oh my goodness, let's talk about the shit that's going on out there. You got goddamn garbage islands. So a lot of these different whales and creatures are being killed off because they can't eat and do their proper things because they got plastic and things stuck in them, right?
Yep.
Oh, talk about the oil spills. Oh my goodness. These different oil spills that's killing these different creatures, right? Let alone, not even that, what is it, what is that stuff that's on the submarines and the different boats that's like radiation or something that's killing
They got nuclear cores on
certain
these different
that's
boats,
killing the different fish and stuff. Whatever this shit is, those different the different technology that Esau has created, right? Which is supposed to be so great, right? But he's so goddamn smart. Why didn't you take all these different things off the market when you came up with your new technology? Because this devil don't care. This devil don't care. You see? If you got the technology to create different machinery to not harm things that are earth, why not put it out there? Why just leave it out there? Why not put your new shit out there? Man, Esau's the devil, man.
Yeah, because Esau will have to relinquish the power that he has over the earth. And he's not going to do that through the Spirit. The Lord's hardening his heart. He's not going to do that, you know, because all these things the brothers will mention, like the plastics, the oil spills, what does that all go back to? Esau's petroleum industry, man. Esau's oil industry, man. Because plastic is made from derivatives of petroleum. Plastic itself, hey man, come on, man. The oil spills itself, you know, drilling into the ocean and sucking the lifeblood out of the planet, you know. So yeah. And precept, he shall destroy them that destroys the earth, right?
Right. So with these fishers and farmers and things like that lamenting, then that trickles down to who? To the people. But now, man, let me. I think it's called like. I'm gonna roughly paraphrase it, maybe, or roughly say the quote. Or the title of it is like bio food or something like that, or biotechnology. But when you deal with that, you're dealing with food. A lot of the food that people are getting now is being farm raised or not farm raised, being scientifically threw together with different chemicals, man.
What do you call it? Bioengineering.
Bioengineering.
Yep. Actually, yeah, you'll see it on the package of food. It'll say made from ingredients partially created through bioengineering.
That's not normal. People think this shit is normal. We gotta talk about this. People don't. Oh, that's not important. Why isn't it important? This is what you're putting into your body.
Hey, just as the scriptures say, he is as death, man. So he's creating all these different foods, all right, genetically modifying them, and then you're gonna put that in your body. That's gonna cause you to die.
Probably right. Yeah. Your body can't process and break things down like that. That's made like that. It's not natural. Just like I went into this, guys. I went into a quick, you know, when they be doing these little different tests of different food. He put the food in the jars for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Bro, the McDonald's fries never got old.
Nope.
Never got. What the fuck are those?
What are those, bro?
Bullshit, I don't know.
They don't get old. Never.
They just get hard. That's it.
They look fresh, bro. You could have put it right in a new thing, and somebody's like, why would they just give you these old crap?
Yeah. Like, hey, bio. What is it?
Engineer.
Bio matter. All right. That material is supposed to break down.
Yeah.
When leaves fall off the tree, man, right? And like we're just coming out of fall, biotechnology. Yeah, when leaves fall off the tree, man, when they stay on the ground long enough, it turns back into dirt. It turns back into so it can decompose back into the ground. Right? Same thing when you put things in your body, that thing's supposed to be broken down. Right? So you eating these McDonald's fries and these burgers, and they're still in your gut. It's not broken down.
That's right. That's right.
So that's not natural, man.
Right. And even a lot of these oils too, man. They when you leave oil sitting too long, it gets real thick. It's hard to clean off of something. You know? Yeah, because I stopped frying stuff and I had this little thing and I ain't really cleaned it for a while. It was a cast iron pot. Yeah. And I went back to it. It was like a layer of it was sticky. The oil was sticky. So imagine when you ingest a lot of oil in your body, you know, man, hey man, that's why they say that we got plaque in our intestines, you know. They talk about ridding the plaque. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Okay? So yeah. Hey man, the world is in mourning, man. The animals, the plants, okay, hey, the people. Because the wicked are in authority, man, and you can see that. You can see that, hey man, that's why they won't bring out or let these different technologies that surface that could better the quality of life on the planet Earth. That's why they won't let it come out. Because the wicked are in authority. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. I can tell you in Job 9:24, man.
So back at Second Esdras, right? Second Esdras 16 verse 22, it says, many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as the dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. You know, so that's, you know, the point for it that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so dealing with
Letting you know, a lot of you people, y'all gonna starve to death, man. And y'all gonna resort to cannibalism, right? And then it's so bad to the point of it says the ones that's even gonna escape the hunger, you're gonna catch the sword, man. So you think when we be like, you know what, well, you know, hunger don't get you, the sword gonna get you. If the sword don't get you, maybe the Lord will get a bear to devour you. You know what I'm saying? So however the Lord see fit. See? And man, you little niggas that can't run now, keep your pants off y'all ass, man. You
Lions and bears gonna be getting busy, man.
Hey, this just, you know, this being funny, but they got this little kid show talking about this duck, and it says, Annie Waddle, no way, y'all ass is gonna be waddle, trying to run down the damn street. They gonna get your ass. You kids ever watched that before? Yeah, anyway, you talking about this little ducky, man. Your ass gonna be trying to waddle down the damn street, man.
Hey, just like you got the low-hanging fruit on the tree, that's low-hanging fruit for these beasts, man. That's easy. That's easy food right there. He ain't got his passport up. He can't run. Yeah, he gonna get his ass.
And these beasts of men too, man. When these groups of sodomites hit the damn street.
I got some more. Second Esdras 15 verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So that means destruction, sorrow, calamity, right? So when y'all see when y'all talk about, well, this is the good book, well, it's good with you. I mean, it's definitely the gospel, it's definitely good news. But what else comes with that, man? See, as the scripture says, man, lamentation, mourning, and woe. See, we ain't gonna just talk about the good. We're gonna talk about the bad. We ain't just gonna talk about the sweet. We're gonna talk about the bitter. See, it's a balance in this thing. We gotta speak about both, you know? Or we would be like the pork chop pastors, man. You know?
Yeah.
So we got
pieces coming.
Right. We got to talk about it all, the whole roll. So with that being said, it says what? Because we're still going into these different things that's, you know, as you see, your daily necessities or things that is so common, that you're used to doing, it shall not be. Verse 15, it says, the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there should be sedition among men, and evading one another. They should not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. Sedition amongst men. It means going against the government.
Yep.
They shall be invading one another. And the course of their action is going to stand in their power. They're going to decide what they're going to do next. They're going to get together and say, okay, how are we going to do things? They're going to, formulate their own rules. And okay, we see a woman, we rape her. Well, I get first dibs on a woman. Or whatever the case may be, man. It's gonna depend on them, not the law.
Yeah. There's gonna be lawlessness, man. There ain't gonna be no law to dictate whether or not they can act upon their impulse.
Right.
You know?
Race war,
Yeah, they're gonna be complete beasts out here, man.
Right.
And I mentioned these things. I'll read this last one and then go into it. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So let alone just going into those few different things, you got martial law, so you're not gonna be able to go come and go as you please. You're gonna have race wars going out there. So when you see race wars, you're not gonna be doing what you ain't gonna be wanting to be on the streets around the times like that. You're gonna be what? Trying to be hidden or barricaded and things like that. So it's not gonna be a state of no morality.
Normality, right?
Or no normality.
And there is going to be some system of control still in place, because how else would they implement the chip? There's still going to be sections of society where it's going to be business as usual. Like it says, it's going to be like it was in the days of Noah. Like it was in the days of Lot. They was going on about their business, right? Doing this and marrying and giving in marriage and blah blah blah. So there's going to be certain checkpoints where you're gonna want to go to a city and you're not going to be able to. Because every entrance to that city is gonna be a checkpoint. If you ain't got the chip, or you can't identify yourself, or you a Jake, or whatever the case might be, you gonna get detained and taken to a damn concentration camp.
There was a show on Netflix, I think it was called Containment or Contamination or something like that, right? Where like a plague went out, and whoever was kept on this side was quarantined on this side, and whoever was on the other was on the other. And if you was on the other, you wasn't definitely coming in, and if you was a person going out, you wasn't coming back. You was through. So even with that being said, what you think is gonna be going on the other side? Do you think they're gonna be wanting to come to the other side and come in to aid the other side? Hell no, man. You might have your little particular people that come in their little biohazard suits. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, shit, man. Who knows the time they might get to them? And it ain't gonna be on no movie terms, because shit might, like, as it says, the plagues is gonna come back to back to back. It might not even be time for 4 6 months we're gonna go and kind of cure this little part of the little section out. Oh man, it might ain't even gonna be all that, man.
So much
calamity.
Yeah.
You're gonna flee from a lion and encounter a bear. You're gonna flee from that bear, you're gonna get bitten by a snake. Right? Things gonna be happening back to back.
Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right, ain't gonna be no pity upon your neighbor, man. People gonna be out here cutthroat, ruthless, man. Okay? It even said, bitter shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall betray one another. In another precept, man. Okay?
No, I got another one. Matthew 24, right? Matthew 24, verse 12. It says what? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right. So sin upon sin, iniquity is abounding. So the love of many is gonna wax cold. Okay? There ain't gonna be no love, man. No love in these streets, like Jake like to say, man. But so how much more during the time of famine and pestilence and all these different things, man? Hey, man, you better watch who you reveal your hand to, because your neighbor's gonna be a damn target, man, in the time of trouble, man. Oh, I know he got this. He was talking about planting a garden. Whatever the case might be. Go ahead, man.
Back in the 2nd Ezra 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slacked. And when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall the plagues be slack, Salakia. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side.
Right. And, hey, man, really, in actuality, this is already happening in other places, man. You know, it seems like one nation and the next nation and the next nation, and they all popping off, man. They all popping off. And once they hit Babylon the Great, man, it's pretty much going to be like clockwork. You know, it's going to be, if it ain't going to be one thing, it's going to be another, man.
I got the last one more. Verse 40, it says, "Oh, my people."
Go, you get it, but I'm already in.
Hey, you want to grab it, bro.
"Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." So you got to be made ready for the battle, man. What's to come? You see? You got to be made ready for the battle. What's to come, man? You see? You know what? Ephesians 5 or 6. Oh, for the shield. You know what I'm saying? When it says put on the defense and put on the shield. I believe it's no, it might be Hebrews. Hebrews. Shield, man. You know, being made ready for the battle. And what we doing, man? We right now. This is like a spiritual training. We sparring. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. See? Because anything physically, you gotta throw that out the window, man. Because it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, for those bros who watch Dragon Ball Z DBZ, there's a scene in there where Goku and Krillin. They're sparring, man, but they're not sparring physically. They're sparring telepathically in their mind, right? So spiritually, we're out here, fighting, right? Because we're not wrestling against flesh. We're wrestling against these demons, man, right? There's a spiritual battle now, but it's gonna get physical.
Go ahead, read yours first, bro.
Ephesians 6.
Okay, so Ephesians.
I think start at
Why you got 1 minute left?
I read it again. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 40. "Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth," man. So you gonna be as a pilgrim, man. You see?
Right, yep. We get ready for that battle. I actually want to end off with that.
yeah, no. I know. I ain't gonna.
Here it is. It's Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world."
It's like I want to go into them wiles though, that craftiness and that trickery of the devil, man. You see? Hey, if you're not I'm gonna say 2 Corinthians, I believe it's 2:11. Lest you be ignorant, Satan
should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of Satan's devices,
man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't
Jesus Christ loves you.
Can't let the wiles of this devil, fool you, man. And you see, that's a part of the wiles of the devil that's fooling our people, man, of calling on the name of Jesus Christ, man. You see, what the scriptures say, there's no salvation in any other name, man, under heaven. And it ain't no Jesus Christ.
It ain't JC. If the brother didn't have to go, man, Yeah, we about to get an earful, but we gotta get up out of here. But that's not the name, man. That's why we just let, hey, man. He that is ignorant, let him be ignorant still, man. Next time, you know, hey, the spirit on us will catch him.
Right.
You know, that's a damn JC. Hey, she know better, man. You gotta know better.
That's that Jesus Christ love. Love always, do everything spirit and
Tolerate all things and love all things, spirit.
Screw the law.
that's what comes under that vibration, bro.
Right, even the Messiah said he prayed not for the world, but we supposed to love everybody and love the world. Man, get out of here with that bull crap.
What would Yahweh Shai do?
Yeah, he would destroy their damn idols like the Lord told us to do, man. To destroy the idols of these people, man.
Even if you want to ignorantly speaking, what would Jesus do? Keep the law? Shit, teach the law. What did he tell that woman? The one that was being accused. Go sin no more.
Yeah, he flipped the tables of the money changers in the temple, man. He flipped them damn tables and told them, hey, because they was doing wrong in it. Hey, he would flip the tables of you damn pork chop eating pastors too, man. Come knock your damn pulpit on the damn ground, man. That's pretty much it, man. Put on the full armor of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right. Sí, para los latinos, okay, morenos y nativos indios, okay, no hay paz para América, okay. Paz no está viendo a América, okay. Estamos los profetas aquí, okay, empujando esta palabra en sinceridad, en verdad, okay. Este es Jeremías capítulo 28 y versículo 8, ¿ok? Los profetas que fueron antes de mí y antes de ti en tiempos pasados profetizaron guerra, aflicción, pestilencia contra muchas tierras y contra grandes reinos, ¿ok? Los profetas no profetizaron de paz, ¿ok? Hay muchas aflicciones, ¿ok? Destrucciones está viendo América, ¿ok? Y es tiempo para arrepentirse, ¿ok? A Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, ¿ok? Antes de la destrucción, ¿ok? Yeah, just basically, you know, we're not out here to prophesy peace. Peace is not coming to America, right? It's just as we got into before, I just read Jeremiah 28:8 again. It says the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms and of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? So war, evil, and pestilence is coming to America. Peace is not coming. Just like these prophets like to say in these churches, right? But hey, hey, with that, you know, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect brother teaching and pushing his word of sincerity and truth.
Shalom.
Shalom.